He's like that guy who can just sort of see things before other people. He's just quicker vision of the field, whether it's the way defenses unfold or the way where receivers are going to be. I think he's great at throwing on anticipation, so I think he'll play well.
All right, that is tight end Vance McDonald talking about Devlin Duck Hodges. Some good news, Vance McDonald is not on the Steelers injury report, but let's get right to it. It is Friday to see who is in and who is out for the Sunday night matchup against the LA Chargers. As you can see, the big one, Mason Rudolph, has been ruled out for this game. Also, Rosie Nix, Mark Barron, Jalen Samuels, and James Washington. The other names there besides Rudolph probably don't surprise you. And then listed as questionable is Steve Nelson. Steve Nelson was limited all week, but the good sign, he is not doubtful. He is listed as questionable. Now, in terms of Mason Rudolph, he is still in the concussion protocol. He was limited on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. The Steelers making that decision to rule him out due to still being in the protocol. So that means there's some roster moves being made that Mason Rudolph will not be active on Sunday. There are two, though, however, due to the injury to Jalen Samuels. The Steelers have activated Paxton Lynch and Trey Edmunds from their practice squad. In order to make room for them on the Steelers' 53-man roster, they have waived Fred Johnson and Jaron Elliott. So those are all of the status reports and the transactions as the Steelers get their roster ready for Sunday Night Football in LA. Of course, that means that Devlin Hodges will be the Steelers starter, Paxton Lynch backing him up. A lot of questions all week for all of the offensive teammates in terms of what they have seen from Hodges so far. He's been with the Steelers since rookie minicamp, played with them through training camp. Even though he didn't make the 53, the Steelers still brought him back. We saw what he did in the second half, leading the Steelers to a touchdown in that game against the Ravens. Here's more from wide receiver JuJu Smith-Schuster.
Yeah, I mean, for us, we call plays that's going to help us, collectively to win this game. Obviously, we call plays for him that he feels comfortable at, what he feels like he can execute, and obviously he's able to do all that. You can see this preview in the game where he came in and, we went down, we put points on the board, and I'm not nervous at all. We're going to LA, and it's going to be a fun game because it's my hometown, and I'm happy to rock with the guys that's playing this week.
Now, 3 different quarterbacks have played for the Pittsburgh Steelers so far in 2019. The Steelers defense knows they have to step up, and they have been stepping up over the past few games. This week, I had a chance to sit down with Stephon Tuitt to talk about maybe that added pressure and what they can do to help the offense.
Well, of course that changed how you prepare. That was a Hall of Fame quarterback we had. So, you got guys that's coming in, stepping up, who was following and shadowing him. Mason was doing a good job, especially getting his feet wet, getting thrown in the fire. I thought he was doing a pretty good job. He got that big hit this past game, but I think he's going to bounce back from that. I think Doug, who came in after him, did a great job, just trying to get the ball out and, taking those chances that we needed at the game. So I'm very confident in the quarterbacks we have. I think we even got a former first-round draft pick quarterback who could have an opportunity too. It all depends how they do it over there, how they handle it, but I think I think our offensive coordinator got some, he's a good coach and he get those guys prepared.
All right, so once again, to reiterate the big news in terms of the Steelers status report, Mason Rudolph still in the concussion protocol. He has been ruled out for Sunday. The Steelers bumped up Paxton Lynch from their practice squad to the 53-man roster. So there are 2 active quarterbacks will be Devlin Hodges and Paxton Lynch. Also, Trey Edmunds is up for an injured Jalen Samuels. That's the very latest here inside the UPMC Rooney Sports Complex. Thanks for joining me for this edition of Steelers Live. We'll see you next week.